Drone814 is a pilot program in Pennsylvania's Southern Alleghenies that uses drones to deliver life-saving supplies like AEDs, EpiPens, and Narcan to emergencies before first responders arrive. Backed by the U.S. Department of Transportation, it aims to improve outcomes by reducing response times, especially in rural or hard-to-reach areas.
And we're setting the pace. We are the pace setter. People are watching us. You know, we're a steel mill town, and there's still people that's got that mentality that we're a blue-collar steel mill town, but we're not. And we're proving it with cutting-edge technologies that they're doing through Drone814.
It's not just a Cambria County thing. It's, you know, we're going to start with the region, but then obviously the hope is every community across the United States says, oh, look what they're doing. Look at the success they've had. We want to do this too.
And it's nice to say that it all started in Cambria County, because we know other states, other communities, other regions will see what we're doing. We're going to share. It's going to be a template so we all win, and the country wins, the state of Pennsylvania wins. It's going to be say, hey, it started right here in Cambria County.
This was a huge collaboration. You know, none of this could have happened with one single person or one single group. I mean, we reached out. We went to first responders. We went to state, we went to federal, we went to county, you know, we went to all stakeholders. Everybody was involved with this. This wasn't just one person's doing or one group's doing. This was a great collaboration of many, many different backgrounds and agencies really to make this happen.
It's amazing when you bring in local leaders, innovators, first responders, people from all different backgrounds to work together on a problem to create a life-saving opportunity here with Drone814.
When I started my career, almost every community had a local ambulance service. I think all of us now know that those days are long gone. There are only a few ambulance services out there, and they're covering a lot of square miles. So having a drone being able to launch and arrive there before they can arrive is critical in those patient outcomes.
The people who run on the ambulances right now in Cambria County are absolutely amazing. They literally run from the beginning of their shift to the end of their shift. And sometimes, many days, there are not enough ambulances to go around. So having this technology to send a drone with medical supplies, because we're waiting for an ambulance to get there that has over a 15, 20-minute ETA to arrive, is just, again, amazing that we're able to do this.
Probably over the last decades, our EMS and EMA services struggling to maintain, you know, personnel, as well as, you know, stagnation in funding while expenses go up. So we've seen losses in EMA services, and which creates added stressors to the ones that still exist. You have expanding growth coverages. So being able to have a technology that can potentially alleviate any response time is important. And that is something we've seen not just in the Johnstown area, but pretty much everywhere in our region.
If I call and I'm having a heart attack, that minute makes all the difference between life and death. And that's where we're at. These drones can go from A to B without traveling on the roads. They're quicker, faster, easier.
But when we can get on with the phone with 911 center and say, hey, you know, we need an AED, we have a ATV accident, we can have them at the Cambria County 911 center get a hold of Drone814, and that drone's up in the air within 5 minutes, and we have our stuff that we need before that EMS has even arrived on scene. We're able to have the ability to start working on that patient or working with the materials and equipment we need from that drone until EMS unit gets there.
So early intervention on any medical call is going to greatly impact the overall outcome of a patient's condition. So being able to readily have available an AED, Narcan, a tourniquet, to be able to be applied to that patient before the ambulance arrives is critical for the patient's outcome.
So it's a huge tool in the toolbox that we can get the life-saving equipment that's needed on scene. We identified, you know, the top 4 products that we could deliver easily with a drone, and being able to get those on scene. And with all of those, early access is the key to saving lives.
There is absolutely no change to anything our dispatchers are doing when they answer the 911 line. Our computer will automatically tell us if a drone is due or not. Once we're done with our required protocol instructions we give, and then we make a quick verbal announcement on the radio that all ambulances units that are responding on the incident knows a drone is en route as well. And then after that, the drone pilots, Drone814 takes over.
This is now an EMS unit, just like any other. It just happens to be a drone. And then we've got three other major milestones that we're taking down over the next couple months. The first is our first delivery. We are waiting for that 911 call to make our first delivery. The second is to be successful in our Smart Stage 2 application so we can roll the system out across the 6-county region. And the third is to work with Pennsylvania Department of Human Services to get medical reimbursement for this so the system is self-sustaining financially and isn't on the backs of the taxpayers.
If it can work here, it should be able to work throughout the Midwest or the East Coast or areas that don't have as much challenge. But it's a great test case scenario for an area where ambulances have trouble running because of geography and because of staffing and funding.
It's really a start to do something different for our community and our projects, giving us an identity as being a leader in the nation and one of the first to actually have a live project of drone medical delivery. This is very unique for our community, which we hope by doing that will draw the industry in and offer neat job opportunities. And my whole goal in this was to really keep our kids local.
This is more than just about innovation. This is about building a sustainable model upon which we can build real-life drone-based life-saving techniques and be able to deliver that across the entire state, but with particular emphasis in rural areas.
We have a lot of good industries in the region, but not so many high-tech ones. I think it's really good for the morale of the area to have such a technologically advanced project that's translating into the growth of an industry and jobs in an area that hasn't always been associated with high-tech manufacturing, but just manufacturing in general.
When we look at the Drone814 program, we also have a workforce development component. Because as we build these out, and we build and have in phase 2, 2, 3, 4, 6 different level 1 trauma centers and entities working with these drones, they're going to need employees. They're going to need drone operators. If we are going to lift up, which we are, these types of programs across the entire state, we need to ensure before we even begin lifting them up that there is a workforce ready and trained to take on these roles.
Number one and foremost for the community, it provides an opportunity for life-saving outcomes in emergency situations. Second, in the job opportunity aspect, it creates the opportunity for drone pilots and drone maintenance personnel here at the airport and in the community.
Phase 1, just demonstrating the capability of it in a localized area around Johnstown is important, but the region that we cover, 6-county region, it's got several communities in it, all sharing the same needs that Johnstown does. So being able to roll that out to the other communities within our 6-county region would be very important.
We're going to know a lot more in phase 2, and we can do it here in Cambria County. We have the team, we have the collaboration, we have the institutions of knowledge working together.
When this gets up and running in phase 2, and we're awarded the funding for the phase 2 Department of Transportation SMART grant, there will be an almost immediate need for drone operators, for drone mechanics, and for all of the other skill sets that will sit around the organizations that will be doing the drone flights on behalf of the 911 dispatch centers and the regional care centers. To ensure that we have a workforce ready for that, we are now already reaching out and building these programs. We are raising up drone pilots throughout the region.
And it's a model for what other communities, other smaller communities and counties can do if they want to. But technology is certainly moving in Cambria County, and it's because of Drone814 that's happening.
And this next phase is all about helping people and keeping people alive and safe, and also creating jobs and stretching the taxpayer dollars. There's so many wins with Drone814.